I'm Denise Sawyer from WholesomeMommy.com. Many of you may be longtime readers who've been following me since I was the Sensible Sawyer. The main reason for changing from the Sensible Sawyer blog to WholesomeMommy.com was that I wanted a way to chronicle the changes that my family was making in our diet and in our lifestyle. Most of the writing that's been happening here so far has been about the changes that we've made in our diet as far as making more choices for wholesome food, more natural food, and some organic, and trying to get away from processed foods and high fructose corn syrup. The reason that this post is titled More Changes is I wanted to share with you a little bit of what's going on in my life and some changes that are going to be happening here on this blog. Just a couple of months ago, my husband was diagnosed with acute leukemia. And it's not all bad news. God has heard our prayers and has answered our prayers and has worked in our lives mightily. And my husband has a good prognosis and is almost finished with chemotherapy and battling this thing called leukemia. But that has kind of lit the fire beneath me to make some more changes in our household and in our lives. I don't mind sharing with you that I was a skeptic when it came to choosing green products as far as personal care and cleaning products go. I was really more concerned with what I was putting inside of my body and inside of my family's bodies, and kind of what spurred that along was the birth of my son. He's now almost 18 months old, and I feel like we have a good grasp of what we're putting in our bodies, and although we are still learning every day, and I'm still researching that, I feel like we're doing a pretty good job of giving our own bodies and our son's body the food that the best food that we can possibly give. But since this thing has happened, it's really got me looking into what we're putting on our bodies and what we're putting in our house that could harm us. And while I don't believe necessarily that this leukemia has happened because of something that we've done, because we're really not sure, and the doctors aren't sure of why people get leukemia, but I feel like God has given us the wisdom to make good choices, and I now feel like we should err on the side of caution and try to make our house as safe as we can, and the products that we put in and on our bodies as safe as we can. So some of the posting that's going to be happening here, I will continue to write about the changes that we're making in our diet, but I'll also be sharing with you some information on the changes that we're making to our personal care. And this is all totally new for me, and so I'm doing a lot of research and reviewing a lot of products, and I'll be sharing that here with you. I'll be sharing what's working for us and what's not working, and what products we're buying and what products we're making, because I do intend on making some of our household cleaners, and I've already begun. And I'm going to be sharing with you some recipes for those things, and letting you know kind of where we are in our journey. And while I don't necessarily believe that all of the readers that read this blog are making all the same changes that we are, I hope that you can glean some helpful information, and if you are making this journey along with us and you're making some changes in your own household, I hope that you'll find these things helpful to you, and you'll find this a good resource for you to make this journey with us. So just join us.